Yo, what's going on, swingers? This is Offbeat, and I'm on my way to go and record the vocals for my album. So I know it's been a long time in the making. I did the crowdfunding campaign for it like almost a year ago. And I know that I've been pretty quiet since then, but I have been working on it. I went over to New Zealand and made a bunch of the tracks with Odd Chap, and then when I came back to the UK, we've been working on them kind of remotely over the internet, over Skype and over Facebook and stuff. And it's taken a long time because I've wanted to get it right. So I have been doing other stuff as well. As you'll have seen, I've been pretty active with the Swing Hoppers, but I know this album has taken longer than I'd hoped, and longer than I'm sure you would have hoped as well. But the good news is I'm off to go and record it today, so I'm going to go and drive there now, and I'm going to record the process because I want to share it with you guys. I want you to see how it goes. I want to give you some previews of the tunes, and I want to kind of document it for myself as well. So yeah, off I go, and I'll catch you guys in a little bit. Peace! Yo, so I just got here, just met the host Sarah, who is very lovely, and this is the place. It's perfect, man. Like it's, I'll show you around, but yeah, it's like, it's small, it's compact, but it's exactly what I wanted. It's like detached, so I haven't got to worry about people overhearing what I'm doing. It's got everything I need basically, so this is going to be me for the next couple of days. I can't wait. I'm going to get set up and get cracking.
I was shell-shocked, so I hit the pub for a hard drink. But what I saw when I got there made my heart sink. The place I've been coming for the past 5 years, now it changed and become yet another craft beer house. I marched inside and yelled, "What the hell's this?" The barman asked, "Is there something I can help with?" Yes, there bloody well is. This place was respectable. Now it's just a hipster dive that looks identical, with drinks in glass jars and food served on wooden boards at prices that no normal human could afford. He said, "Yeah, but at least try the menu, cause I'm sure we can tempt you if you let us attempt to." He's always landing me in these sticky situations and leaving me to come up with a tricky explanation. Like, I think there's been a misunderstanding, lads. I was calling you all gents out the back of the cab. I swear sometimes it's like I got an evil twin. I go to clubs and they won't even let me in. It wasn't me, Mr. Bouncer, you gotta believe me. What do you mean you got footage on the CCTV? We grew up together and were teenage sweethearts, but as we matured she became more street smart. She stopped singing about things like love and fun and started rapping about things like drugs and guns. My parents got concerned she would lead me astray, but no matter what they say they couldn't keep me away. I went from listening to her lyrics and liking her flow to staying at home writing and reciting my own. The love I had for music couldn't have been truer. I was ready to devote the rest of my life to her, but things don't always go the way you plan at the start, and as the time passed we slowly drifted apart. I was sat in a room with a record executive with a pen and a checkbook there next to him. He said, "Kid, I think that you've got what it takes, and with my help you could be one of the greats. Here's the contract, all you've got to do is sign it." I said, "Wait, shouldn't I read the fine print?" He said, "Now's not the time to get cold feet." I felt embarrassed, so did what he told me. But the moment I did, I regretted it as I watched his expression turn devilish. Before you approach me, I already know what you're going to say, cause you never got over the fact that me and you dated back in the day. You ambushed me by the punch, all smiles and hugs and kisses and haze, and just as predicted, in under a minute the wedding ring's out on display. I congratulate you and I ask you who the lucky guy is, and instead of his name you tell me his job and the house you're planning on buying. I tell you I'm happy for you and I do so with the utmost sincerity, but detect a flicker of anger cause I don't seem to express any jealousy. Welcome to the gym, come take a wander with me. There's a few of the members that I want you to meet, and if you're wondering where it is, you've seen them before. It's in every other gym that you've probably been. Hey yo, every gym I've been to contains the same characters. I swear it's like somewhere there's a manufacturer with the same personality types they're pumping out. Let's start with Mr. Loudmouth, who likes to grunt and shout. You'll never need to ask anybody where'd he go if you can't see him. Don't worry, cause he'll let you know. And usually if there's a weight that you need, you can find it in a huge pile lying by his feet. January is the month that we dedicate to fitness, cause everybody feels fat and guilty after Christmas. So we sell them memberships to gyms and all the kids, and they go once or twice, but in a few months they all quit. And February is a month that's lucrative for us, cause Valentine's Day makes everyone have to prove their love. So we sell flowers, chocolate, even jewelry to these chumps. And they buy it all, cause they know if they don't, then they'll get dumped.
Hey guys, so just an update on how the recording's gone. It is Sunday evening now, it's about 10 o'clock, and I've done probably, I think 7 songs in total now. I haven't got the whole album finished, unfortunately. I think it probably was a little bit optimistic, expecting to get the whole thing done in 2 days. But I've got 7 down, and the rest I can definitely do at home. Like I say, the reason I wanted to get this place was to avoid disturbing my neighbours and my flatmate. But I'm not sure if I made it 100% clear in the sort of little video that I did before I came, that was more for my benefit than theirs. It wasn't really so much that I was worried about annoying them. Like, I'm a considerate guy, but not that considerate. It was more the fact that if I was doing lots and lots of takes, I would become more and more self-conscious that people were overhearing it, and it would affect the performance, and that's what I really, really didn't want. So the reason I wanted to get this place, because it was out in the open. There wasn't much in the way of neighbours and people to disturb. And that's really come into its own on this last track that I've done. So that one that you'll have seen a little preview of just now, called "'Tis the Season." That one, I wrote that a little while ago. It's my favourite song I've ever written, and the kind of inspiration for it, I mean, there's a few bit different inspirations, which I'll do a behind the bars about when I actually release the song. But one of the main inspirations, you may be able to tell, is Disney villains. So like the Oogie Boogie Man from Nightmare Before Christmas, and Dr. Facilio, I think he's called, from The Princess Frog, I believe. And just that kind of over the top, very dramatic, very camp, theatrical sort of villain. And I was desperate to do a performance that emulated that. And I wasn't sure I'd be able to be honest, because it's very out of my comfort zone for that style of performance. Like, it's very, as you'll have seen, it's very sort of like shouty, and thrashing around the place and throwing my arms around and stuff like that. And I've never felt that kind of liberated before when I'm performing. You know, normally when I rap, it's very measured, and it's very like technical, and it's very rhythmic, but it's not necessarily very expressive. So that song in particular, I left it till last because I was putting it off, to be honest, because like I wasn't sure it was gonna go to plan. But I just went for it 100% because I knew that like no one's gonna overhear me, so I can be as ridiculous as I want. And I just fully went for it, and I loved it. Like I love the outcome. I love the result. Like, it sounds to me, I don't know if you guys will like it, but it sounds exactly how I wanted it to in my head, which for me is the most important thing. And I just let rip, basically, and it was great. I loved it. So I kind of wish I'd done that at the start, because it would have loosened me up more for the other songs. I still am happy with all the other songs, and anything that I'm not 100% happy with isn't going to go on the album. You know, I'll just redo it. But that bit in particular, I'm really, really chuffed about. So a little bit of an insight there into the recording process. And yeah, just a few like previews of the tracks as well, so you can get an idea of what's going to be on the album. Obviously there's more than that, which I haven't got around to recording yet, but there's a little sneak peek, little taster for you guys there. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's got your appetites wet for the album. And yeah, I look forward to keeping you updated as more and more progress happens. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. Thanks for supporting. I'll catch you guys soon. Peace!